Okay, how are you all, everyone? Good. So, we are done with the professional ethics in the previous session, and then we started with this chapter called CRA rules. CRA rules mein we are done with the rule 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, how many rules do we have? 6 rules. How many forms? 4 forms, right? And how many sectors we have, for which 39 sectors, and how many records we have? 31 records. I think we have not yet written those topics. Okay, put the heading now. First, let's make a note of all those topics, and then we'll proceed with today some one practical if the time will allow. Okay, so first of all, we have started with the rules, right? Okay, so put the heading, everyone. Cost, records, and audit rules. Cost, records, and audit rules 2014. And the name of the chapter is also known as CRA rules 2014. ठीक है? So point number one, meaning. These rules were framed by central government in relation to cost records and audit as per section 148. ठीक है? So these rules were framed by the central government in relation to cost records and audit as per section number 138. Next one, sorry, 148. Second one, it was framed in Companies Act 2013 from Companies 2013, which got later on amended in the year 2019. Got amended in the year 2019. Right? Next one. There are total 6 rules as per CRA 2014. There are total 6 rules as per CRA 2014. Rule number 1, short title and commencement. What is the name of the title of the rules, everyone? Companies CRA rules 2014, and the date of commencement was 30th June 2014. So rule number 1 is short title and commencement. The date is 30th June and the name is Company CRA rules 2014. Next one, rule 2. Definitions of Act, customs, Tariff Act heading in the bracket write CTA, cost accountant in practice, cost auditor, cost audit report, cost records form, Indian Counting Standards Institute, all these are the definitions which were created under Rule 2. Rule 3, cost records, applicability. Be it regulated or unregulated sectors, the threshold limit to maintain cost records. The threshold limit to maintain cost records is if annual turnover, how much everyone? In the which year? In the preceding financial year is greater than equals to 35 crores. Third, being micro or small enterprise, they are exempted under Rule 3. They are exempted under Rule 3. Okay. Rule 4, cost audit. Applicability. Cost audit applicability. Under that, list A category, sector, list B category, unregulated sector, under that what are the 6 regulated sectors? Step that, what are those? Step में first sugar, telecom, electricity, P petroleum, right? And then drugs and pharma and fertilizers and pesticides. Remaining 33 industries. Remaining 33 industries. Conditions would to be satisfied. Condition 1, annual turnover from production of goods and services should be greater than equals to 50 crores, and here it is 100 crores. Plus second, turnover from such goods and services for which cost records to be maintained should also be greater than equals to 25 crores, and here 35 crores. Exempted industries rating from SEZ 100% EOU more than 75% of turnover in foreign currency. SME having on power plant using it for captive consumption. This is your rule number 4. Rule number 5. Maintenance of cost records. As per CRA 1, all entities to be covered. From 14-15 financial year. Some entities are covered under CRA 1 from 15-16 financial year. coffee and tea, milk powder, electricals, electronic machinery, electronic machinery. Rule 6th, cost audit. Missions. Coffee and tea, milk powder, electricals and electronic machinery. Point number 1, only PCMA can do cost audit. To be appointed by BOD within 180 days from commencement of financial year, to be intimated CG within 30 days in CRA 2, fourth, complete the audit within 180 days from end of financial year. Fifth one, in case of death, removal, any problem sir? Correctly लिखा है ना सब? In case of death, removal, what could be the third reason? Resignation. Then again in these cases what will happen? CB, casual vacancy. Again in form number CRA 2 within 30 days. Sixth one, I'm making you write in short. Why? Because we have already done that in complete format in our previous chapter. ठीक है? ठीक है? So sixth one में cost audit report in CRA 3 and cost audit report with board's comment and explanations to CG in CRA 4 within 30 days of its receipt. Within 30 days of its receipt. Okay. Within 30 days of its receipt. और क्या पॉइंट्स है इसमें? हाँ, एक अमेंडमेंट था ना? Amendment. The above 30 days shall be extended with the extension period allotted by ROC to conduct AGM as per 137. Correct? The above 30 days shall be extended with the extension period allotted by ROC to conduct the AGM as per section number 137. So if your AGM is not conducted, whatever the extension, that extension will be added to 30 days. Clear? So this is what brings an end to your sixth rule, that is called cost audit rule. Noted? Everyone noted, sir? Liko. I think forms also we discussed ना. We have said, except CRA 4. CRA 4 अभी discuss करना है अपने को. I think CRA 1 we discussed, CRA 2 discussed, CRA 3 we discussed, CRA 4 we have to discuss. What we intimate it to the government. चलो start करें sir. Okay. Put the heading forms. Cost records shall be maintained under 31 headings. First one, material cost, employee cost, utilities, direct expenses, repairs and maintenance, and depreciation. Overheads, transportation, royalty, and technical know-how. R&D expenses. QA expenses, QC. Pollution, quality control, pollution, service department, packing expenses, finance cost, any other item of cost, capacity determination, WIP and finished goods. QC, quality control, R&M, repairs and maintenance. 20, captive consumption. 21. Byproducts and joint products. 22. Adjustment of cost variances. Reconciliation of cost and financial accounts. Related parties. Transactions. Expenses of or incentives on exports. 26th, production records, sales records, cost statements, statistical records, records of 23rd, reconciliation of cost and financial accounts. Cost of physical verification and 31st unit of measurement. Sir, if you're not understanding anything, just let me know. No problem. I'll repeat. Which one? 22. 22 is adjustment of cost variances. 23 reconciliation of cost and financial accounts. 24 related party transactions. 25th expenses or incentives on exports. 26th production records. 27th sales records. 28th cost statements. 29 statistical records. 30th records of physical verification and 31st unit of measurement. ठीक है, तो this is what your CRA1 cost records. ठीक है, CRA2 में 7 informations. Do you remember now how to read out the SIN number? The first digit represents the status. The next 5 numerics represents your industry code, then your state code, and then comes the year of incorporation, and then comes the status of the company, and last में registration number. Right or not? So, shall we write the CRA2? Okay. Everyone noted, sir? Last में? Okay. Now, CRA2. That is called intimation of cost auditor and company details to CG. Point number 1. Make sure that you are writing it in sequence. So this one we have to learn in sequence. This is how the form looks like. I think we correlated also the same thing in the previous class. That's whatever is written in here is the same sequence which we have to follow there, right? First one, corporate identity number, that is SIN. And in case of foreign company के केस में F foreign company registration number, foreign company registration number. Second thing is general info of company. Third, products, services to which cost audit is related to. Fourth, details of cost auditor or auditors. Is there a possibility of joint cost audit? Yes, if the entity is large in size, right? Appointed. Fifth one, financial year to which cost audit is concerned. Sixth, details of previous cost auditor who has not been reappointed. And I told you the reason also. Why do we need to communicate with the previous auditor? What if the previous cost auditor is not continued by the Vizag steel plant and they appointed you as a new auditor? Why will you need to communicate with the previous auditor? So that you can understand and consider the issues and the objections which the previous auditor had. Because what has happened with him, same things may get continued with you as well. So it's better you should give the details of previous year auditor also. And last one, attachments. Attachments may we have to attach BR copy. Attachments. Board resolution copy, that is appointment of cost auditor, and any other documents, optional attachments. For appointment of cost auditor, because cost auditor is appointed by board of directors, right, by passing a board resolution. Now CRA 3 cost audit report. कॉस्ट ऑडिट रिपोर्ट में थोड़ा डिटेल में लिखना पड़ेगा अपने को, क्योंकि दिस इज द सेपरेट क्वेश्चन व्हाट दे मे आस्क यू कि व्हाट आर द 7 पॉइंट्स 8 पॉइंट्स इंक्लूडेड इन द कॉस्ट ऑडिट रिपोर्ट, आफ्टर दैट डिटेल वाइज. तो ये थोड़ा कॉन्सेप्ट लंबा जाएगा, ये अपन डायरेक्टली फॉर्म से लिखेंगे. CRA 3 CRA 2 और ये है अपना CRA 3. Point number 1, para giving detailed information on cost auditor that they have audited cost statements. And following below statements. A. We have received information or explanation to best of their knowledge. What's it? Following एक second. Following below statements. We have received information and explanation to the best of their knowledge. B. In their opinion, whether cost records are maintained properly or not. C. Whether adequate returns from branches received or not. Whether books and records give information required under Companies Act 2013 or whether adequate returns from branches received or not. Whether cost audit whether cost of production of products and services, cost of sales, margin, and other information is true and fair or not. Whether adequate internal audit cost records. Huh? Cost of sales, margin, and other information. Whether adequate internal audit of cost records have taken place or not. EFG. This one is amendment. Detailed unit wise product service wise cost statements and schedules. Huh? have taken place or not. भाई इतनी भी बुरी नहीं है हैंडराइटिंग, पढ़ ले यार थोड़ा. हाँ, detailed unit wise and product wise, service wise cost statements and schedules have been duly audited and certified by us. Detailed unit wise, product wise, service wise cost statements and schedules have been duly audited and certified by us. Annexures, cost audit report. Sir, noted up to amendment? Amendment तक हो गया? Right, sir? General information. General. क्या हो गया सर? General information, general details of cost auditors, cost accounting policy, service details. In case of manufacturing sector, quantitative info, abridged cost statement. What do you mean by average cost statement, everyone? Summarized one. Average cost statement, then details of materials consumed, then details of utilities consumed, and fifth one is details of industry specific operating expenses. And the same five things to be reported if you're a service sector, right? Specific operating expenditures. This is part A, and then part B. In case of service sector, same as manufacturing sector. Product and service profitability Treatment, profit, reconciliation, value addition, and distribution of earnings. This is the practical part. Financial position and ratio analysis, related party transactions, reconciliation of indirect taxes. So with that, our 3 forms and 6 rules are over. Form number 4th we are yet to discuss. तो पहले discuss कर लेते हैं. Then we'll see the form, and after that I'll make you write. Then we'll be only left with practical portion in this chapter, right? So for the next 2-3 days we'll only continue doing the practicals of different value addition practicals, distribution of earning practicals, ratio analysis practicals, waste multiplier also we'll see. Different types of practicals. एक एक दो क्वेश्चन हर एक के करेंगे, ठीक है? Okay. If noted everyone, shall we? I think up to this though I have shown you in the forms as well. These are the same things, exact word by word comes in your form. The only purpose of making you write was to make you understand that this is the only portion you have to do for the examination purpose. You don't have to do any extra thing. So don't get carried away by seeing these many things. Oh, these are just for your information purpose, not for your examination purpose. So जो हमने लिखा है, that is the same concept you have to write in the examination. Not more than that. Not one word extra, not one word less. Right? So let's proceed with the form number 4, everyone. You all know what is CRA 4? क्या है? What is CRA 4, everyone? कि once the audit is completed, the cost auditor gives his reports to whom? Board of Directors. So he kept some qualifications, reservations and negative remarks. So he requests the management or the Board of Directors to explain and justify why these such things have happened in your organization. So Board of Directors within 30 days have not only to give the remarks, along with the remarks, they have to attach the cost audit report, and one set of this particular 2 things, they have to send it to whom? Central government in form number CRA4 within 30 days. And that time period can be extended if there is an extension in the conduct of what? AGM. Whatever the extension has been given by ROC in AGM, that extended time will be added in the 30 days. So concept we already know. Now we have to see that in this report also what we are giving. Again, point number 1 will remain same. What is the point number 1? CIN, your corporate identification number, and FCNR. What is FCRN? Foreign currency registration number. Then what? General information about the company. Very similar to the CRA2. Because when we are intimating to the central government, we have to give this all information about the company. Next one, details of what? Industry, sector, product, services, CTA. What is CTA? Custom Tariffs Act, heading, level, wherever applicable as per the rules for regulated as well as non-regulated sector for which the cost audit report is being submitted. मतलब किस industry की है? Whether it is rubber and steel industry or coal industry, or is it for medical equipment industry or aero turbojets industry? So we are mentioning the industry sector here in the point number 3. Point number 4, details of industry sector, product, service, CA heading, whether applicable as per the rules for regulated or non-regulated, not covered in the cost audit report. Are you getting the point? So point number 3 is on what we are covering in our cost audit report, and point number 4 is on what we are not covering in our cost audit report. Then the details of what? Cost auditors, whether you are individual or joint cost auditors, their address, membership number, occupation, everything, and details of the observation. This is the main part. What do you mean by details of observations? The various negative areas or reservations, or the areas where the auditor has made some observations, on which who will give the explanation? Board will give the explanation. And what is the attachment? Have you heard this? What is XBRL? Extensible Business Reporting Language. Document in respect of cost audit report and company's information and explanation on every qualification and reservation contained therein. मतलब board का comment on each and every reservation and qualification which was kept by the which auditor? Cost auditor. And what is the last one? Optional attachment. So these are the 7 things which we need to mention. What is the thing number 1? SIN and company ka number, then company ka details, then things which we have covered in a particular sector, then things which we have not covered in that particular sector, then details of all those cost auditors appointed, then what are the observations the auditor has kept, and finally the attachment of board's comment on those observations and reservations. तो एक बार अपन CRA 4 चेक कर लेते हैं whether it is coming out to be same or not. ठीक है, where is it? CRA 4. तो ये रहा अपना फॉर्म नंबर CRA 4. So this is how your CRA 4 looks like. You can see that the first detail is again, which detail everyone? SIN number, then details of the company. The second one, what was the third point? ये तो same वही है, financial year to which the audit belongs, and state of what? State the number of industries, sector, products which are covered or not covered? Covered. And what is another one? Which are covered or not covered? The next one is state the industry, sectors, products and level where which are not covered in the cost report. उसके बाद details of which auditors? Cost auditor. So these are the details of our which auditors? Cost auditor. उसके बाद observations kept by the auditor. So these are the details of what? Observations which are kept by the auditor. And finally, what are the things? Attachment XBRL document in respect of cost audit report as company information and explanation given by the board on every qualification and reservation. And what is this one? Optional attachment. So finally your declaration, and this is called XBRL form. XBRL का basically मतलब क्या होता है? Leave the like full form. What is the meaning of that? It's an online form. इसको आप digital signature के साथ submit करते हो. With which signature? Have you ever seen digital signature? किसी ने apply किया अभी तक? How do we apply it? USB token होता ना उसमें, तो by which you have a private password and the other department has your public password. So once you submit the digital signature, one barcode comes which says that ki it has been digitally signed by the authorized person, and that same on the digital signature company, the departments have a public key which they apply, and by which they come to know that ki whether the genuine person has applied the digital signature or not. ठीक है, लास्ट टॉपिक है, लिखेंगे, उसके बाद देखते हैं प्रैक्टिकल्स कर सकते हैं अपन. एक प्रैक्टिकल तो स्टार्ट करेंगे रिलेटिंग टू विच एडिशन? वैल्यू एडिशन. तो जल्दी से लिखते हैं. व्हाट इज दिस? CRA 4 and then we'll see to the practicals. CRA 4 में what are the areas to be covered? First one, CRA CRA 4 contains following disclosures. First one, SIN and FCRN number of company. Second, general particulars of company, which is known as general information. including the financial year to which this report belongs, including the financial year to which this report belongs. And the third one, details of industry, sector, product, service, whether regulated, non-regulated, covered in this report. Then details of industry, sector, product, services, whether regulated or non-regulated, not covered in this report. Details of cost auditors appointed. Sixth one, details of observations kept by cost auditor. And seventh one, attachments. XBRL document in respect of the cost audit report and company's information and explanation on every qualification and reservations contained. And reservations contained. And B point, any other attachments. Optional. So this was all about your CRA rules and CRA forms. So now major part of our cost audit idea you already have, how the cost audit happens, who does it, in what time period, what are the forms, what are the things you need to verify, what are the sectors, what are the regulated, what are the non-regulated, and what are the 31 types of records every company has to maintain. The basics, you can say that your basics of cost audit record including professional ethics topic is over. ठीक है, तो अभी अपन इसका एक प्रैक्टिकल क्वेश्चन देखते हैं. इन दिस चैप्टर यू हैव अ लॉट ऑफ डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ प्रैक्टिकल्स. ठीक है, द फर्स्ट सेट ऑफ प्रैक्टिकल्स 2-3 प्रैक्टिकल्स विच विल सी ऑफ वैल्यू एडिशन एंड दिस पार्ट. नाउ इफ यू रिमेंबर, हमने यहाँ पे ये वाला पॉइंट यहाँ पे लिखा था, तो दिस वाज प्रैक्टिकल्स पार्ट, राइट? कहाँ पे था? या पार्ट डी में. सो दिस वाज प्रैक्टिकल्स पार्ट. व्हाट इज दिस प्रैक्टिकल्स पार्ट? वैल्यू एडिशन एंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ अर्निंग्स. पहले इसका फॉर्मूला देख लेते हैं, सो दैट अकॉर्डिंगली विल बी इन अ पोजीशन टू डू द प्रैक्टिकल्स फॉर द सेम. This is called value addition and distribution of earnings. So value addition का formula एक बार पढ़ लो sir, so that we can do it in the practicals. What is the formula of value addition? What is the first one? Revenue from operations minus what? Taxes and other duties. So if it is already included, we are going to reduce it, and if it is not included, we are going to ignore it. So assuming that it is already included in the revenues, so we are going to reduce the taxes, because taxes are not your revenue. Taxes are government's revenue. So it is not your revenue, that's why we are reducing it. Next one, what we'll get? Net revenue. Add what? Exposed incentives, which are the credits to you. Input is always your credit. Add or less adjustments in stock. Up and down in the adjustment in the stock. Suppose if there is a reconciliation you are doing and you found over, then you add it, and if you found shortage, then you reduce it. Less cost of bought out inputs. What is the first one? Cost of material consumed, process materials, consumption of stores and spares, utilities in the form of power and fuel, and others. So what will be this? This is the total cost of bought out inputs which we have to reduce. And finally, what we'll get? The answer we'll get is value added. Add income from which sources? Other sources. And then we have exceptional and extraordinary items, other comprehensive income, and this is called earnings available for. तो उसके बाद अपन इसे डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर देंगे. How much is towards whom? Employees. How much towards the? Because what is the earning of the employees? Earning of the employees is in the form of salaries and wages. And what do you mean by retirement benefits? In the form of bonus, gratuity, ESI. How much out of this is applicable to whom? Shareholder. How much coming and retained in the forms of FR? What is FR? And how much is going to the government in the form of? And this is exceptional and extraordinary expenses and others if any. And this will be called what? Which should match with this figure. ये वाली figure के साथ. ठीक है? So this is the actually formula. बहुत simple question आता है. Directly solutions are also given. Questions are also given. एक देख लेते हैं. Next वाला अपने आप calculate करके देखेंगे. Now let's see the first question. ये रहा अपना पहला question. ये रहा. Okay. So look at the question, everyone. The following figures are extracted from the statement prepared by the which accountant, cost accountant, and the trial balance of the ABC Limited, which is a single product company. 3 साल के figures हैं 31, 22, 21 and 2020. तो you have been given the which consumes net sales, raw material consumed, direct wages, power and fuel, stores and spares, depreciation. Depreciation definitely we are not going to consider because depreciation is a non-cash item. It's a non-monetary item. Just because it is statutory item, it is coming over there, but being a non-monetary expenditure, we are neither going to consider depreciation while calculating value addition, nor we are going to consider it while calculating operating profits. So depreciation just we debit it just because it is allowed to be debited. Next point, factory overheads में salaries and wages, depreciation. Again, we are not going to consider it. Rate and taxes and other overheads will consider. Salaries and wages consider, rates and taxes, other overheads. Selling and distribution में salaries and wages. Packing and forwarding, depreciation again. What is the next one? Other overhead. ये जो interest है, bonus है, gratuity है, they are not considered in the operational profits. Which profits? तो इसमें अपने को क्वेश्चन में कैलकुलेट क्या करना है? We have to calculate percentages. Percentage number 1, operating profit as a percentage of value addition. It means we have to calculate both operating profit as well as value addition. फिर value addition का percentage on net sales, and note the computation should be based on EBDIT, earnings before depreciation, interest and tax. इसलिए ना तो अपन depreciation को consider करेंगे, ना तो अपन, क्योंकि उन्होंने पहले ही लिख दिया ना, यहाँ पे भी लिख दिया, और जनरली भी आप कंसिडर नहीं करोगे. Neither you will consider depreciation, nor you will consider interest, and nor you will consider taxes. तो पहले अपन क्या कैलकुलेट करेंगे? ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉफिट. अभी देखो ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉफिट का फॉर्मूला क्या है, एक काम करते हैं, इसको कैसे करेंगे अभी, चलो देखते हैं. सो दिस इज द फिगर्स. व्हाट इज द नेट सेल्स का फिगर? तो सेल्स माइनस कॉस्ट इज गोइंग टू बी कॉल्ड योर विच प्रॉफिट्स? ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉफिट्स. So we already have the figures of what? Sales. What is the first figure? 1745, 1705 and 1610. minus what we have to do. What is the raw material consumed, everyone? 1140. पहले एक साल का कर लेते हैं because other 2 years तो you can easily do it. Let's do it the 22 वाला. तो ये करना 1745 minus 1140. How much it is coming? Minus 35 and minus 30 except depreciation. Reduce all these four figures. 1745, 1140, 35, 30 and 6. Total? हाँ? आंसर कितना आ रहा है? 500 एंड यहां तक आ रहा है ना 534. तो हियर व्हाट इज द आंसर? सी 1140 वी हैव माइनस 35, 36 एंड उसके बाद फैक्ट्री ओवरहेड्स कितना है? उसमें भी डेप्रिसिएशन एक्सेप्ट कर दो. 5, 1 एंड 6 टोटल 12 minus 534 minus 12 up to this how much came? 530 22 okay. Administrative overheads में minus all 3 12 मतलब 510. Selling and distribution में salaries and packing minus करो. 7 plus 6 13 minus करो and minus 124. 373 and minus they have done what? एक सेकेंड. They have reduced 11140. देखना क्या क्या माइनस हुआ. Do you have book? नहीं है. Did not come मतलब अच्छा books did not come. मेरे को लगा आंसर नहीं आया. अच्छा अभी तक बुक्स नहीं आए तुमको? नॉट एनीवन. तो फिर मेरे को इन्होंने दिए ना कल बुक्स. 3 books they are coming in parts. It means not yet printed. So you are purely dependent on PDFs only then. Huh? Okay. Then it's good that we are writing. At least you have your now notes like what you have to refer upon. तो अभी दोबारा से कैलकुलेट करो. 1745 minus 1140 minus 35 minus 30 minus 6. Factory overheads में what is the total? What is the answer we got up to this? 534 अपना यहां पे आ गया था. ठीक है. माइनस फैक्ट्री ओवरहेड्स एक्सेप्ट डेप्रिसिएशन 1 plus 6 plus 5 टोटल 12. तो minus 12. ठीक है. 522. फिर माइनस एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव ओवरहेड्स कितना है? 162 plus 10 plus 2. हाउ मच? 174. माइनस करे तो कितना? 348 minus 7 minus 6 minus 124. 211. Then interest we don't have to consider because it is written EBDIT. Depreciation we didn't consider. Interest and T taxes. तो बचा क्या? बोनस एंड ग्रेचुटी. ये माइनस करो 12. 199. So this is how you have to calculate for the second year and third year. So this is what our answer is. Which profit? So what is the first percentage we are looking for? Operating profit as to value addition. अब value addition करते हैं. Value addition का same formula. What is the sales everyone? 1745 minus cost of bought goods and service, raw materials and what? Stores. मतलब अपन ये दोनों चीजें ऐड करेंगे. Raw materials कितना है? 1140. Stores and spares कितना है? 6. तो कितना हुआ? 1146. तो 1745 minus 1146. अब माइनस करो. सैलरीज एंड वेजेस इग्नोर करो. डेप्रिसिएशन इग्नोर करो. ओनली टेक द लास्ट 2 रेट्स एंड टैक्सेस एंड minus 7. दिस इज कॉल्ड माइनस व्हाट? एक सेकेंड. 1146 आ रहा था. The adding of these two, 1140 plus 6 was the stores and spares, and minus power and fuel and other bought out services. What are the power and fuel and other bought out services? What is the power and fuel everyone? 36. Minus ये वाला already consider हो गया and we have already done this one. तो minus 30 करना कितना है? हाँ 569. यहां तक कितना आ गया अपना? 569 minus overheads which are excluding salaries and wages and rates and taxes and depreciation. What are the three overheads we have? First one is factory. Neither we have to do salaries, nor depreciation, nor rate. बचा कितना? 6. So what was the answer? 569 minus 6. 5. अच्छा. Again, no salaries and wages, no rates and taxes. Minus other overheads. 563 minus 162. Huh? 4. 1. Selling and distribution में neither salary nor depreciation. 6 plus 124. कितना हुआ? 1 271. आंसर इज 271. ठीक है, तो ये अपना वैल्यू एडिशन कितना आया? 271. ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉफिट कितना आया? नाउ परसेंटेज कैलकुलेट करो. 199 डिवाइडेड बाय 271 इंटू 100, 73.43%. दिस इज व्हाट यू हैव टू डू. नाउ डू वन थिंग, अभी क्लास में करो रिमेनिंग 2 years का. ट्राई टू डू इट. हाँ, किसमें? हाँ, तो हम लोग रॉ मटेरियल कंज्यूम माइनस कर रहे हैं ना. रॉ मटेरियल कंज्यूम में रॉ मटेरियल कंज्यूम प्लस स्टोर्स एंड स्पेयर्स. डायरेक्ट वेजेस कहाँ आएंगे? दैट इज एन एक्सपेंडिचर, दैट इज नॉट अ रॉ मटेरियल कंजम्पशन ना. डायरेक्ट वेजेस you will consider when you are calculating the operating profit, not the value addition. Direct wages are not doing any value addition. Wages so you have to pay. What is creating a value addition? The products which we are using over there. One is raw material and one is stores and spares. Did you get the point? अभी एक काम करो, second and third year का try to calculate on your own. First calculate the operating profit for this one. Let me remove this so that you can do it. Okay, this is the question in front of you. Try to calculate the operating profit. What are the three things you have to ignore in the operating profit? Interest, depreciation, taxes. Second year का calculate करो, ये वाले year का. So you have 1705 minus 60 minus 32 minus 27 minus 5. Depreciation you don't have to. Tell me what is the answer here? 5 minus salaries and wages minus depreciation no, minus 1 and minus 5. How much? Sorry. हाँ sorry, हाँ ये भी नहीं. कितना आया? हाँ, अरे ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉफिट में दे सेड ना क्वेश्चन में EBD. हाँ सर, क्वेश्चन में दे हैव सेड you can't apply your own things na when the question is telling you. You can't go away from the question. What is the question? What is the full form of EBDIT? Depreciation and taxes. So इसलिए we are ignoring the word taxes. What is the answer you got here? Up to 5 minus 9, 2 इग्नोर कर दो, minus 154. हाँ, 409. Okay, minus 6 minus 6 ignore 118. 279, right? And minus bonus and gratuity 269. ये क्या और क्या नहीं करा हमने? One and 2. Why? Earnings before net sales. While purchasing you pay that out input tax. Okay, तो अपना कितना है? 269 minus 2 minus 1, 266. That is this one. Sorry, not this one. ये वाला 2 and this one 1. तो टोटल 266. थर्ड ईयर का कैलकुलेट करो. 1610 minus 975 minus 27 minus 24 minus 4 कितना टोटल 580. Okay, next one minus 3 minus 1 minus 4 572 minus 8 minus 2 minus 148 2414 minus 5 minus 5 minus 108 minus 108 minus interest नहीं सॉरी इंटरेस्ट नहीं कितना 296 minus 9 287. अभी वैल्यू एडिशन कैलकुलेट करो इन द सेकेंड ईयर एंड थर्ड ईयर. व्हाट इज द वैल्यू एडिशन का फॉर्मूला? पहले फॉर्मूला पढ़ लो. व्हाट इज द फॉर्मूला? नेट सेल्स माइनस कॉस्ट ऑफ बॉट आउट मटेरियल्स एंड सर्विस ऑफ स्टोर्स एंड स्पेस minus power, fuel and other bought out services, overhead excluding what? Rates and taxes and depreciation. अब करो 17,0. हाँ जी एक सेकेंड सर बाद में कॉल करता हूँ आपको. एक सेकेंड बाद में कॉल करता हूँ. एक सेकेंड. हाँ बोलो. हाँ power and okay other bought out services. Yes, why we are not including salaries and wages? You are asking this one. Direct wages are not being included. What is the reason? क्योंकि it is for the value addition, it is already being included in the raw material consumed. देखो डायरेक्ट वेजेस क्या होती है पहले मेरे को ये बताओ. व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन डायरेक्ट वेजेस एंड इनडायरेक्ट वेजेस? What is the topic we are calculating? Value addition. How direct wages create any value addition to your raw material consumption? हाँ correct. But it is already been included in the raw material consumed for the purpose of value addition. When we calculate only for the purpose of, for the operating profit, I am not saying this. I am saying for the purpose of creating the value addition, direct wages are already the part over there. जैसे यहाँ पे हमने क्या माइनस किया था? सी what we have reduced here 1745. What are the two things we added here? Only the raw material consumed, and what is the next thing we consume? Stores and spares. पहले हम यहाँ पे stores and spares और raw material इन दोनों को क्यों ऐड कर रहे हैं? The reason being very simple. We are only now talking about the first of all material consumed in the production activity. So that is the reason direct wages is not included here. Point number one. What is the second thing they are saying? In the overheads, you are excluding salaries and wages, rates and taxes. Because these net sales में से already. अच्छा मेरे को ये बताओ value addition का मतलब क्या होता है? First of all, please tell me. What do you understand by the term of value addition? Anything which adds up what? Value to your products and services. Am I correct or not? आपको wages fixed होती है या wages depends upon the value addition? When you pay the wages, when you hire a laborer, whether the product is generating good or not, do you have to pay the wages? तो ये वो fixed है ना? They do not add any value to your product. Something which adds value to your product is raw material. What are the nuts and bolts? जैसे say for example, the person who is going to assemble a computer, he is going to assemble the computer whether the computer switches on at the later stage or not. तो उसका assembling is not adding any kind of what? Value addition. What is the value addition? The chip inside and the nuts and bolts inside is called what? Value addition. That is called raw material, stores and spares. That is why we are not adding it. अब समझ में आया? तो वैल्यू एडिशन का मतलब क्या होता है? आप कुछ ऐसी एक्टिविटी करो. लेट्स से फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ आई एम डूइंग सम स्किलफुल लेबर, let's say for example, there was a nut bolt which was raw form. I use the drill machine, created a proper nut bolt which is going to fit in this computer. That is going to be called as what? Value addition. So job work wages are calculated as what? Value addition. That person who is assembling this computer is irrespective of the fact whether this computer will switch on or switch off. It doesn't matter. उसका काम क्या है? ये रॉ मटेरियल, ये मटेरियल असेंबल करना, खड़ा कर देना. वो बाद में इलेक्ट्रीशियन का काम है. He will put some connections and we'll see whether the computer is switching on or not. So that is what do you mean by value addition. जैसे say for example, Maggi. Maggi का yellow color का packaging is adding some value. Yes, because we cannot give to the customer in hand. So packaging is a which one? Value addition. Did you get the one? But the person who is doing the packing, suppose today plant and machinery is not working, you will not pay him the wages for today, or you have to pay. That is a kind of fixed expenditure which you have to incur. That is the reason value addition does not include the wages. Is it clear, everyone? So for the second and third year, you will be able to calculate. So this is how the percentage we have to calculate of percentage of operating profit on what? Value addition and value addition on net sales. तो value addition कितना है अपना आंसर फर्स्ट का? What is the answer for the first one? 271. और अपना sales कितना है? 1745. तो 271 divided by 1745 into 100%, 15.53%. That is how you have to do it for the first year and the second year. So what is the overall output of this question you understood? While calculating the operating profit, what you don't have to consider? Interest, depreciation and taxes. Are you getting the point? But taxes के case में we are going to add the taxes while calculating the operating profit. Which taxes? Rents and taxes. What you don't have to consider in case of value addition? You don't have to consider direct wages, salaries and wages, rents and taxes, and what? Depreciation. Depreciation, though you already know the fact that it is a monetary item or non-monetary. So that is definitely not going to be the part. Depreciation तो एक statutory obligation है which every company has to put, whether you use the asset or not. आपने depreciation asset put to use डाल दिया, चाहे आपने उसे 1 hour के लिए use किया या 1000 hours के लिए use किया, depreciation is a statutory item which has to be provided. ठीक है? You will get the more clarity of this over a number of period of questions which we are going to do from tomorrow onwards. तो कल फिर से यही question को दोबारा से पढ़ेंगे. You will understand and I'll make you write the reasons also for everything. For that I already have this one. If you want, I have this solution book also. If you want, I can share with you. एक सेकेंड मैं पहले दिखा देता हूँ. लास्ट बैच में मैंने उनको पूरा एक सॉल्यूशन बुक में रीजंस लिखवाए थे. दिस इज अ सॉल्यूशन बुक. ये पूरे आपके क्वेश्चंस के सॉल्यूशंस हैं. ऑफ दोज क्वेश्चंस फॉर विच सॉल्यूशंस आर नॉट गिवन इन द मटेरियल. ठीक है ना? जो तो ऑलरेडी दिए हुए हैं वी कैन इजीली अंडरस्टैंड, बट समटाइम्स इट माइट बी डिफिकल्ट फॉर यू टू हैव द सॉल्यूशंस. एंड दे एक सॉल्यूशन बुक है and this is called your cost accounting standards के notes. Overview of cost accounting standards and GACAPs. What is GACAP? ये पूरे उसके पूरे records हैं. All the cost accounting standards. देखो cost accounting standard number 1 से लेके all the 24 with charts. कि what you have to do, including some questions relating to the particular standards. ठीक है? But anyways, this one we'll do when we'll start with the CAS and CAS, right? So that's it for today. कल अपन start करेंगे purely on the basis of what? अपना solutions. Are you getting the point? पूरे अपन practicals करेंगे क्योंकि I think in mostly in this chapter what we are left with is practicals only. I think all these are practical question. But let me tell you one thing, waste multiplier question you have to see. Very, very important question. Definitely a 8-mark question, 6 to 8 mark question in your examination. Either I think it might be there in this particular chapter or it might be there in another chapter. फिर इसके अपन लास्ट में MCQs भी पढ़ेंगे so that you will get the clarity. MCQs are very simple. ये बताओ पहला MCQ. Give me the answer. 35 crores or more. Second one. Company has to upload CRA for electronically to MCA under the rule of dash. CRA 4 comes under उन्होंने पूछा है CRA 4 कौन से रूल के अंडर आता है? रूल 6 या रूल 7? क्या था रूल 6? कॉस्ट ऑडिट रिपोर्ट. और व्हाट वाज रूल नंबर 3? कॉस्ट रिकॉर्ड. रूल नंबर 4? तो 5 क्या था? मेंटेनेंस ऑफ कॉस्ट रिकॉर्ड. So yes, it comes under rule number what? 6. Next one, in which form the cost record shall be maintained? CRA 1. Which are the following types of electricity companies under the purview of regulated sector? All above. Generation, transmission, distribution. Which one is not a regulated sector? अगर if you know regulated, automobile is not a regulated. तो वही अपना step dad and daughter. ये हमेशा याद रखना. Next one, a casual vacancy should be filed within. True and false का बताओ. Micro enterprise or a small enterprise or a medium enterprise with overall turnover of 37. Anyways, they are what? Exempted under rule number 3. Next one. Requirement for maintenance of cost records under rule 3 for the company's record shall apply to companies whose turnover is 200 crores or more. Cost records is never dependent upon what? 200 crores or more. Only how much is required? 35 crores or more. Every cost auditor shall forward his duly signed audit report to audit committee of the company within period of 180 days from the closure. Audit committee of board of directors. The tenure of cost auditor expires on the completion of 180 days from the closure of financial auditor. True? Pakka? Nahin. 180 days or the issue of audit report, whichever is later. Whichever is later. Yeah, earlier. Suppose if you take 180 days beyond that, is there any problem or no problem? So it is clearly written 180 days or the issue of what? Audit report. Provisions of 139, 143, 145, 145 is applicable to cost auditor? Yes. तुम्हें याद है इसकी पेनल्टी क्या थी? पेनल्टी था नहीं पेनल्टी 447 था व्हेन यू वर इन्वॉल्वड इन अ व्हाट? फ्रॉड. इसमें पेनल्टी था मिनिमम 25,000, मैक्सिमम 5 lakhs और 4 times द रेम्युनरेशन रिसीव व्हिचएवर इज लोअर हायर नहीं लोअर. हम लोग इतना पनिश नहीं करते. ठीक है, चलो सी यू गाइस इन द नेक्स्ट क्लास. बाय एवरीवन, टेक केयर. अभी किसका क्लास है तुम्हारा?